We go for protection, because why not? Alright, double Tyrant. We take it. We go like this. And that was the way we can try to recover from this game. You can see that we're doing a lot of cards. Oh man, we can actually go for this. Oh man, this is huge. I forgot completely about this ability. Alright. I mean, let's go. I think this is the first time ever I actually transformed it. And what they don't know is that I have Volcanic Spite, so I can flip this. And suddenly we have a creature that they cannot interact with. That forces a sweeper. So I think they really miscounted where they were. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today it will be a great day of Magic, because we will be casting dinosaurs, we will be gambling with Etali for some easy wins, and you will even see the transformed version, something you probably never seen in actual gameplay, and it will be in full glory. I think you will like it. The rest of the deck is of course ramping with some Smuggler surprise potential that can get our opponents absolutely at the end step for some insane lethals out of nowhere, and the red part is for Brotherhood's end to make the deck more competitive, because you can kill all the red creatures, all the rabbits, like every aggro deck just dies to this. And you also have Fires of Victory and Volcanic Spite. This is extremely good card in this deck. First, you kill creatures and you cycle the cards that you don't need, which really increases your consistency. Second, you can flip Zendikars for some easy triggers on the Tyrant, so when you play 7-drop, suddenly you can flip all of those at the end step, draw cards, live gain, and get more power for the next turn. So the lethals actually come way faster than your opponent expects. So guys, let's go into the gameplay. I think you will like it, and I'll tell you, we kinda crashed it today, so yeah, I think you will like it. So have fun guys, and enjoy. Alright, I mean that's a very risky hand. On the play, I think it's a winning hand. On the draw, I'm not super sure. Let's see it. Our opponent is playing a full Azorius control, so we hit into like 3% of the meta right now. I mean, that's the truth, check it up. Let's go for the forest, of course. The problem is that they will probably counter the Zendikar. I think we really need to, leverage our Rex into winning the game. Are you really a band? Alright, so they are also a ramp deck. That's interesting. I wonder what their payout is. Their payout. Of course, we are still at the mercy of Shuffler because we need to hit the next land, right? Let's go one red, one green. I honestly think we should go double red, but I like green more. So if we miss, we go Zendikar, but it will slow us down super hard. The main phase debuts, cause why not? Very greedy play. Very greedy play. However, we cannot punish it because we are not really great here. We can still go for the Zendikar flip. Alright. I don't think they realize that we actually have more plays than this. Like, now they cannot interact with anything. And what they don't know is that I have Volcanic Spite, so I can flip this. Do I want to trade Zendikar? I think I do. We need, more cards. And suddenly we have a creature that they cannot interact with. That forces a sweeper. So I think they really miscounted where they were. There was no reason. Oh, is that Elspeth's? That must be Elspeth's Smite. They had no priority before, and they didn't cast it, so it deals 3 damage probably. So now we force a sweeper like a Sunfall. They have 2 white mana, which means they cannot play more. And we have 2 mana, by the way. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I'm not sure how exactly we'll play it out. We will see what our opponent will do. I see. We could go with the Rex. I don't really want to go with the Rex. I think we go either Tyrant or Etali. Let's check them for reactions, because that's a lot of damage. 8 damage is not something that you want to, let's go for what? Blue mana, because why not? 1 removal achieved. I think this is the last removal, the last instant spell they have, but I'm not super sure. They're really playing at main phase, or not at instant speed way too much. That's really big blunder generally. Right, we go damage. Like as a control deck, you don't want to tap unless you have to. So is that the Tyrant that dies to Sunfall very nicely? We draw a card though. It's also a great setup with Etali. If we play Etali, we can hit something from their deck like Jace. So it could be really problematic for them. They might have a counter spell, but it cannot be No More Lies. I will go with this. I think it's a very risky play, but Tyrant has good death effect. Alright. I will definitely take my card, and I guess we can target 0 permanents. I cannot pay more. So I will submit 0 permanents. Still goes to their graveyard. And that was an awkward play, but still we have a 7/7. And now we have Up the Beanstalk, which means we are doing cards when we play cards. Man, that's so funny. We are playing the same deck. We are actually playing the same deck. In a way. Not exactly, but you get the idea. This is interesting. So how do we play it out? I could go Fires of Victory for 5 damage. I don't really want to go for it. Smuggler's Surprise is interesting. We need to play it smart. We have so much value here if we do it right. Maybe I just go with Smuggler's Surprise. I'm a little bit scared of counter spells. They have Doppelgang, so on the next turn they can double target something. Do we really go super aggro? We can still play the Fires of Victory or Smuggler's Surprise. I think it's okay. With this card we have way more power than we should. We'll play land later. We play like this. They cannot take 15 damage. I think. I hope. So we attack with the Skyclave as well. They are going for this trade. This is actually a bit better for us, right? We deal 15 damage. I think we are okay with it. That's so much damage, man. If they Sunfall, they don't get the value from this. I actually won't even kill this. Let's go the Reach thingy. We still can deal 3 damage. Alright, let's sit. Our opponent definitely has an idea. But I think we can overpower him. Tapland, that means no real Doppelgang, right? Because he needs to at least go for X2, so that's 9 mana. Otherwise it's not... Oh, I thought that he doesn't have it. Alright. I think this is Smuggler's Surprise. They're still getting good value, but this way we prevent Etali, and that's really punishing. So no, they still get a lot of value, but this way we can try to sneak, you know, even more value maybe. What a crazy thing that we're actually playing. What? Why did they draw so many? Alright, because of the like triggers triggering triggers, right? Alright, I can deal quite a lot of damage, but not enough. He is at 4 poison still. Alright, discarding a lot of cards. Man, that's crazy that we somehow met exactly the deck that does kinda the same thing as we are. So what is the play? I could attack with this. Then this goes to 10. They need to double block it. It's still pretty decent for them, in all honesty. Oh man, we can actually go for this. Oh man, this is huge. I forgot completely about this ability. Do we have 10 mana? We actually do. Alright. I mean, let's go. I think this is the first time ever I actually transformed it. So we go with this. And they need to double block it. They lose the token. And if they double block it, then there's no poison. So I need to keep 1 on for the blocking, right? I think that should be a pretty serious value. They can also block only with this, but they're getting poison. So we go for the token. I think this is the token, right? It looks like a token. This way they don't get the value. So we basically got a free huge creature, and we can go double Reach line on the next turn. Alright, we are fighting. With Indestructible, they kinda need to sweep with a Sunfall. I think they should play it still, right? They play Exile effects. Alright, they're going for the Tyrant. They want more life gain. They're back to... So we need to win with Toxic, I guess. But with Indestructible Etali, that should be, you know, manageable. I'm a little bit scared of Not on My Watch, because if they play more than one, this is not usually the card they play, but if they play more than one, they will actually kill this. And that will be a problem. And they have the mana for it. They're definitely keeping some interaction. Alright, so what is the play? I could go with Tyrant and draw 2 cards. I think they might have Not on My Watch. So I need to assume that only Rex will hit. I think I start with this. Like, I want to have some extra power. Alright, this is pretty good, right? Oh my god. Oh man, if we are doing it... Oh, I don't have the mana. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Still, we can go for this one. We go for the tokens. We want to make sure that the tokens are not here, because they are not getting any value from dying tokens. Alright, they have something, they don't want to play it. I will probably cycle it. I don't think I need so much mana. Yeah, we have enough for double Ridgeline. Let's try to draw something. I mean, that's a something. Alright, and let's attack with 19 poison. Or not really 19, 15 I guess. Not on my watch, right? On Etali. Oh, it's just a deduce. Well, I don't think this will do the job. Man, this is the first time ever I've won with Etali. Oh, it's not yet. It's not yet. Right, because they are going with double block here. And here's the smite. But it doesn't die. It has negative toughness, but it doesn't die. So I think he got the ruling a bit wrong. So our opponent is just going insane style, but he's at 8 poison. By the way, if we draw another Rex, after the sweeper we instantly win. So this should be our game plan, right? Force a sweeper that exiles Etali. And I think they are looking for it. I think they don't have the answer. If you crack the deduce on this crucial turn, that means you don't have the answer probably. Man, this is such a crazy game, to be honest. And this was the Elspeth Smite from like turn 4, by the way. That was the trigger that we have seen then. Alright, show me the play. Our opponent is in a huge pickle. He has... I mean, that's not it. No way he has one base. He has a forest. Man, 40 lands and 1 basic type. And I mean, Etali actually won us the game after transformation. This is the first time I've done it, I think. Alright, we're going first. I mean, this is not the best hand, but it's playable hand, you know? Like, on the play you can take it. On the draw you would probably have to mulligan this. Just because you don't have 2 and 3 mana removal, which means you cannot really play. Let's go with the forest. So our game plan is a little bit slow. We will just go naturally into 4 mana for Zendikar, then go Tyrant and see what we get. So this is Zultai Reanimator with probably Atraxa, right? If they reanimate, it's usually Atraxa, so this will be really, really hard. This is a very strong card. So maybe we get some potential. Let's balance our mana a little bit. We have the instant, so, you know, always nice to make your opponent, you know, just think about what you have. I really think we have to use the Smuggler Surprise and get some insane value. We need to draw a 7-drop. I think that's the play, because our opponent is basically assembling the whole combo right now. Oh, they want to cast something? What? Oh right, this is chapter 1. I thought they went for chapter 3 and I was like, what am I not seeing? Prankster? Yep. Usually the best play. They kinda have everything. Man, this is turn 3 and they got all the pieces basically. We are not having our pieces, unfortunately. Let's go Zendikar. This will be an extremely hard matchup, because we cannot interact with their graveyard. So we kinda need to overpower them, and that means they cannot have combo on like turn 3 or 4. Like, I don't see Atraxa, so if they reanimate anything like this, this is not a problem. Jace is a bigger problem, because we can actually mill a bit. They need to hit Atraxa and then they win, I think. I mean, you know, Reanimator combo decks are very dicey. Either you get a great matchup or you get a disastrous matchup. Like, either you hit the combo and you win, or you don't and you, like, lose super hard. So it's very, very, you know, extreme. That's the word. Alright, Fabled Passage. So they have Screaming Emergence, right? I've seen it. Oh, they took it into the hand. And that's it. They can do so much. On the next turn, I mean, they can just reanimate Jace right now. I think they should reanimate Jace, -2, or maybe even -5, and then take it back with the Founding, because they can recast the Screaming Emergence. And instead they want to go for Lance. That's fair, that might be better. We will see, we'll see. I didn't hit another creature, which is really bad. So, do I go with the Tyrant? It's not amazing, to be absolutely honest. Like, this is such a hard sell here. Okay, I think what we need to do is weirder. We need to ramp, and because we didn't hit, we just need to basically go for 2 modes. Like, we need to go for Smuggler, Surprise, for what, it's 10 or 8 mana? 8 mana, maybe even 9. And yeah, then we will see. We should hit some good 7 drops at the end step, so maybe we can, you know, use it, but I think we will be too slow. So it's Screaming Emergence for Jace, I would guess. Oh, they just want to hit cards. Alright, alright. So they're just going for pure damage when it seems, with Lumra. Man, if we hit 7 drop, we would already be having insane board. But here we are like 1 full turn behind, and our opening was also pretty slow. So in total we are around 2 turns behind of where we wanted to be. So we would already on the last turn be attacking with Tyrants and Etali. So that's where we wanted to be, and we are here. So man, we need to really work for it. I don't see Atraxa. I assume they play her, right? Like, if you reanimate something, there's no better target than Atraxa. Alright. They can attack for 8, that's a lot. We can take probably 2 hits from this. Alright, keep going, man, keep going. Alright, nothing. That was a full whiff. They need instant, sorcery, or the fairy card, and they missed all of them. However, after missing, they're kinda less ahead than we are, so we are still really behind here. I also need to hit from the top some 7 drops, which so far it doesn't seem that it will happen. Alright, our opponent is like, what the hell, bro, you have 10 lands and you are not doing anything with them. I mean, this is what happens if you, like, we took 1/3 of the deck and we have 1 7 drop. Sure. They will go for chapter 1, right? Because they really want to know what the hell is going on there. And now we go for the play. This is something we have to do. We go for protection, because why not? Alright, double Tyrant. We take it. We go like this. And that was the way we can try to recover from this game. You can see that we're doing a lot of cards. So our opponent will still probably hit something. Unfortunately, it will be Rex, right? I mean, that's a lot of targets. This is exactly what we were missing for first 20 cards of the deck. But you can see that we are trying to recover from it. And our opponent now knows how scared our deck is. I mean, theoretically, we deal 20 damage on the next turn, so basically that was a lethal. My idea was to play it at dance step after they attack with Lumra. This way they get more damage, but with Cruelty of Geeks they kind of forced our hand to play it, you know, faster than we wanted. However, with the Smuggler's Surprise, the cool part is that the effects are one after another, so this Hexproof is instantly out for the rest of the turn. So even if they had the answer, they just cannot reuse it. They don't want to attack, sure. Do I go with the Ridgeline? Alright, this is a huge turn. like we were behind this whole game. This is the first turn when we actually will be ahead. We need to use it. I can attack Zendikars. I should be able to draw some cards, right? I could attack with the Ridgeline and try to flip Zendikar and pump the Tyrant for another one, but it's not great idea. For Tyrranax, it's too slow. The problem is that they might mill us. So after I take a lot of cards, they might take Jace back. So that's something we need to be careful of, but I think we still go for Up the Beanstalk play. Alright, not the best land ever. Listen, let's see. Let's see what we hit. Oh, this is a very nice one, right? I think this is actually a really nice card. Let's see our cards first, before we make decisions. Alright. You want to have full information. Up the Beanstalk, I actually don't really want it. Spelunking is great. I mean, this is not really what we wanted to hit, you know? But we will take it. Like, I wanted, you know, some juicy Jaces. Alright, that means all the tap lands enter the battlefield untapped, and we can ramp a little bit, which helps. I don't want to show this one. I think we go with Brotherhood's End. That will make their blocks so much harder. Even though it hits our creatures, we don't really care. And I'll be honest, maybe we just go face. I have so many cards, I don't think I need more. I think I just need to be aggressive here. By the way, why am I at 30? Oh man, that's so huge. We don't really want to draw too many cards. I don't want to go below 15. I probably will. They can take any card from the deck, so... I mean, Atraxa, Jace, Squirming Emergence. I think those will be the choices, right? If they block here, they lose Lumra. And I still get the same power in the deck, so it doesn't really matter. I'm drawing way too many cards, so the win con is milling right now. Discard 2 cards. I don't want Zendikar, and I actually don't want Glimpse the Course. Zendikar at least has some value as a creature. Alright, this is their big turn. Do we have the cheers? Yep. This is your moment of truth, my friend. Show me what you got. To be absolutely honest, I think we'll lose this. I think they will go for some crazy play and either mill us completely or go, you know, do something that we cannot beat. Right, only Lumra. I mean, that's not super powerful. Like, this is 18-18, but we don't really care. It's just a small green creature. It's basically smaller than the mouse with triple strike, right? Mouse can deal 21 damage, no problem. This, only 18. And it costs more than 1 mana? Crazy. What a pet card. Alright, so we need to look at his mana. Every moment he taps something, this is worse and worse for him. Until he gets to a point where he has no place and he needs to pass the turn and he dies. 4 Fabled Passage that make his deck a little bit smaller, right? But I don't really think it matters. Like, I can try to hit Jace with Etali, but that will be like the worst play, so I don't think I will go for it. We can try to transform Etali though. Alright. I discard the card. Probably a land. I have blue mana in case I hit, you know, the Fires of Victory. Alright. Good for them. They solved one of the problems and, you know, that wasn't a token, so killing it wouldn't do anything. So this was the best removal they can get. However, we have the Ridgeline. We have Rex. We have another Ridgeline, but it will have Summoning Sickness, right? I mean, they're really good at this. Alright, alright. Removing literally the whole board. They know about Rex, they know about the Ridgeline. They probably cannot remove Spelunking. Well, I guess this removes non-land, right? So they could, theoretically, but I don't think they will go for it. And here's the Atraxa. So I think we kinda need to draw removal for this. I can draw so many cards that Fires of Victory will probably deal 7 damage. So if I draw... So I can play Rex, draw Fires of Victory, kill Atraxa, and swing all with Reach. I think that should be enough. I'm not super sure we will count. Extremely good draw here. Yep, they're cracking for this one. So they will be able to literally clear the whole board in this one turn. They have 13 cards, so if I hit Jace, I instantly win the game. And they cannot prevent it in any way. I think this might be our way to try to get back into this game, because, and you can see, this is exactly those 2 turns early game that we are behind. Imagine if everything we did was 2 turns earlier. Like, man, he is at 10 already. So yeah, if you miss the tempo, you are just too slow to kill them in time most of the time. However, we still have 1 out. 1 out. Oh boy. Listen, I'm playing this one. You know what? With Ghalta, there could be maybe a way. How much mana do I have? I actually need to check. Only 13, that's not too much. And we need to draw stuff. I honestly think we start with this. I mean, this is a good opening play. Do I deck myself? I hope not. I might deck myself, but... oh... I'm not sure. Alright, let's see it. So, I definitely go Etali and Rex. This is when we cast. So let's go with Tyrant. I mean, we have to go with it. I should stack the triggers in opposite way, that was bad. Glimpse the core. Alright, Veil of the Oh, I will gladly take it, my friend. We will target Atraxa because she lifelinks the most, right? No, I think Lumra because we wanted to hit Fires of Victory, and I cannot burn Lumra with Fires of Victory. I need something more. So man, this could not be closer. Even 2 turns behind, we managed to do it. So man, that was pretty epic. All right, our opponent goes first. That will hurt, right? It's mono red? No. Alright, it's a control deck. Maybe. To be honest, I always assume this is a Zoris control, and most of the time it is. Somehow it's still an aggro deck. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So, I think this... oh, right. Right. This is a very good card. We have 2 ways to play it. Either go ramp direction or try to remove everything. This type of deck... oh man, I also have the blue mana. So if I ramp, I could... man, I will try to play it. To be honest, the better way is just to keep removing creatures. And I think that is better way to win the game. But with options like Fires of Victory with Kicker, I just want to play it out and see if we can get there. And this card and draw card is huge, especially if they can untap. Oh boy, here comes the reanimation. I wonder if they will tap fully. I mean, I don't think that was any kind of priority. Right? Please, don't be a priority. Alright, good. We swept the board. Unfortunately, I think this will be a very hard sell here, because they probably have way more reanimation spells. You know what? And listen, we are actually doing it. Oh, there's priority, so they have 1 mana reanimation. Helping Hand is amazing. I think we have to kill this. We have to kill this. That means blue mana. And we need to kicker this. Please, Mentor, can you stay on the graveyard? Extremely bad draw. Like, I really need better cards than lands, basically. We are close to losing, but if we broke the chain of their infinite... like, they have infinite scaling, but if you can basically, you know, throw their wrench into their machine, it stops working, and you can never know how long they can do it. And this should be Up the Beanstalk start. They definitely have interactions, but we have zero idea which ones, and this will cycle all the... man, how can I win if I never draw a 7-drop? This is 1/4 of the deck, not a single 7-drop. This is extremely bad draw, man. Like, we're actually... I think we're at the point of no return. Maybe we have one more turn to hit, you know, something like Tyrant, but otherwise they will get the good cards sooner or later. With this ability they won't whiff, and we are whiffing all the freaking time, man. Alright, I need untapped land for this one. We go Invasion of Zendikar. Like, I need to make something out of literal nothing. I'm using Zendikars to get rid of the lands, so I can, like, look at all of this value. All of this value. Single card, even the Spites, and even Up the Beanstalks, and surprise, man, like half of the cards are game winning. But we have to go like this. I will keep attacking with the Ridgeline. It's not a good play, but it's the only play. This way at least I can, you know, try to hope that they didn't draw the answer. Alright. Still one card less. This is the point where you don't have good plays. The good play is asking Shuffler to give you a winning card. So let's do it. Shuffler, can I please win the game? And there's no other strategy, you just ask Shuffler really nicely. And Shuffler says no, and then you lose. I need to try it, it probably won't work, because all they need to do is one instant that they probably wanted to cast anyway. Alright, somehow we killed it, so this is way above of what I expected to get with this spell. Now there is a chance my opponent will start whiffing as hard as I am. I really hope, because I cannot win the game otherwise. If he has good draws, he will win. This is probably one of the best cards. So I'm trying to wait until he taps out. Maybe. And I don't know if he has counter spells, he shouldn't. But there are some versions that run like 2-3 steps ahead. Alright, let's go. So if I go for this, this is 8 mana, we need to count it. So we have 4 to pay. I mean, if he has a counter spell, so be it, we cannot really prevent it. We just need to roll the dice. We nearly missed. We actually still nearly missed. Alright, but that's Etali. It cannot be countered because it's part of the effect of the card that wasn't countered already. Alright, I will definitely... oh, I don't want to cast it. Well, I guess I do, because I draw a card then. Let's go for this one. It's not amazing, to be absolutely honest, but it might get us more than we have here. Oh, can I pay the kicker? Please? No, I don't have blue mana. I didn't think about this play. Like, I didn't think that I will hit this. So, no, it's not great. We cannot hit any creatures. We can hit one Smuggler surprise, basically. But maybe we hit Volcanic Spite and, you know, just get some borderline, you know, some value. It's low value, but it's better than not hitting anything. Extremely bad hit with Etali, to be absolutely honest. Alright, I guess we need to cut the video. Our friend decided to rope for some reason. Alright guys, it seems that we actually got a salty scoop for the day. Listen, I always find it fun. A little. If you rope, that's a good entertainment every single time. So, in 4 cards we hit more 7-drops than in half of our deck so far. Why am I not surprised? However, we have this, which can flip Zendikars, which is actually insanely good synergy. We cycle the land into a new land, so we can have new land while we cycle the old one. Man, those draws are something else, aren't they? I honestly think this... Okay, I've got an idea. Because I want him to rope on this, so I can make sure that I can transform Etali. Because I think he doesn't have answer to Etali and he wants to ramp full duration. And, ladies and gentlemen, I believe with this we are winning the game again with absolutely horrible draws. So, like, our early game was good on removal, but on those 7-drops we missed so much time. And look at us, winning the game against extremely strong deck. This Monastery Mentor is absolutely deadly, but we managed to break the chain of value and they had, you know, no follow-up basically. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the games, even the last one with our absolutely salty opponent. It seems that we are enjoying the deck a little bit more than our opponents, and that's always a good sign. But before we go into all the shenanigans for the deck, I want to say a huge thank you to our amazing patrons for allowing all of this to happen for our, common enjoyment. And if you want to be immortalized in one of the videos, check out the Patreon, we have some cool perks, and I think you will like them. You can also, ask me a question there. So what about this deck? I really like Volcanic Spite. This is the card I low-key love since months, years, and I rarely use it because it's only 3 damage, so I try to be responsible, go for the throws, but this card is so good. The fact that you can cycle like this deck is about curving out. If you can get a good curve with, Glimpse the Core, Invasion of Zendikar, into Etali, all this kind of stuff, you not get flooded, you get your 7 drops, this deck works like a charm. The problem is that you usually, or maybe not usually, but often miss one of the pieces, and this really helps you to solve it. And late game, you have all those Zendikars stuck, like 2 or 3 of them in the battlefield. Your opponent just tries to fight your creatures because you most of the time have Tyrant, and suddenly you can cast 1 or 2 of those, flip 2 of the Skyclaves, and that's what? 6 life and 2 extra cards, and you can even cycle all the deadlands that are, staying in your hand. Suddenly this can give you like 4 extra cards basically. So the card is small, but it makes such a big difference, and 3 damage in current meta is kinda all you need, right? It's like a creature with monstrous rage, and it usually doesn't go higher than 3 toughness. So very good synergy there. Brotherhood's and definitely a sweeper that just, breaks the decks. So if you have the mana, you want to play it, you can be curious why we have blue mana in this deck. Well, it's Fires of Victory, because I cannot use 7 Volcanic Spites. We went with Fires of Victory. That was the only removal that kinda makes sense, because I wanted to have something that kills Shrouded, because Volcanic Spite and Brotherhoods and both miss Shrouded, but with all the card advantage from Tyrant, Fires of Victory can easily deal between 5 and 7 damage, and against some decks you need this hard removal. So that was the reasoning, and I mean, we have so much mana that why wouldn't we go for a little bit of extra splash? All we waste is basically 1 damage sometimes. Smuggler Surprise absolutely performed. This was extremely good card, and sometimes this is the way you get out of the trouble if like this is your only top deck and you don't have 7 drops. Most of the time, if you are missing, if you are just drawing lands for first 15 turns, the density of the creatures in the rest of the deck is higher than average, so very often then you just mill those 4 cards and it's like 1 or 2 creatures and you are saved. And the fact that they are indestructible and hexproof on the first turn, it actually matters a lot. So I was pretty happy with the deck. We played 3 games for today's video and I won all of them, so the sample is super small. However, something that is worthwhile to point out, I felt that most of my draws today were below average, and we won all of the games, so that really proves that the deck has some potential. Definitely not the most competitive deck, because the most competitive deck is always mono-red, so everything you make that isn't mono-red is just a fun deck basically at this point, but this one performed nicely for me, so I hope it will be the same for you, because I didn't have perfect draws. I wasn't on the play with Glimpse the Core into Invasion, into Etali for Tyrant and another 7 drop from my opponent's side. It was most of the time just a messy game that I somehow tried to win, and it worked. I think the huge reason for this is the removal for 2 and 3 mana. This lets us survive so much more than with other RAM decks, and that's probably the secret why this deck always performs, because pre-rotation we also checked something like this and it also performed for me, so that should be the secret ingredient. You can also appreciate all the Bloomborough cards in this one. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, I hope you had a great fun, and yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for being here. That's a huge deal for me, and I'm so happy to see you enjoying the videos every day. So yeah, thank you for that, and see you guys tomorrow.